Good day everyone. I'm second with Villedo, and in today's video, our vessel will discharging 30,000 metric tons of coal in Algeciras, Gibraltar. Now, our vessel will receive a voyage instructions from a charterer to proceed to the port of Singapore for loading after the completion of discharging operation. So, as a second mate, I'm in charge of gathering information such as ASD or Admiralty Sailing Direction and ADRS Admiralty Digital Radio Signal and ADLL Admiralty Digital List of Lights and Fog Signals and ATT Admiralty Tide Tables and etc. This is some information that I provide to have a safe passage planning. So let us move to the chart of sailing direction that I provide to use. So if you can see in the chart that I provide, there's a number in which is called the area. Our departure is included in the area number 1 and our arrival is in the area number 2. And in this part, there is a publication located which is seen in the area of departure and arrival, which is the Nautical Publication 45, Mediterranean Pilot, Volume 1, and Nautical Publication 49, Mediterranean Pilot, Volume 5, and Nautical Publication 64, the Red Sea and Gulf of Aden Pilot, and Nautical Publication 38, the West of Coast of India Pilot, and Nautical Publication 21, the Bay of Bengal Pilot, and lastly, the Nautical Publication 44, the Malacca Strait and West Coast of Sumatra Pilot. This publication will help our passage plan for Gibraltar to Singapore to pass through our destination. Since you are now familiar with the chart and the publication needed, let's now proceed with the Admiralty Digital Radio Signal or the ADRS. This publication has different volumes such as Volume 1, Volume 2, Volume 3, 4, 5, and 6. And each volume has different information. So, first, in Volume 1, it covers the TMAS or Telemedical Assistance Service and also the Global Maritime Communication, the satellite, the Maritime Radio Station, the Radio Quarantine and Pollution Report, and also the Communication Service. So, it is the cover of Volume 1 to avoid some situation like pirate attack. And if we can avoid that, we got a safe passage planning. Next is Volume 2, which covers a time zone. As we can see, from the standard time zone chart of the world, the area of Gibraltar appears to -1 local time, whereas in Singapore shows a +7 local time. Meaning to say, Singapore is 8 hours ahead of Gibraltar. Therefore, if our current time in Gibraltar is 12 a.m., we should add 8 more hours to align our time to Singapore. Next is Volume 3. It covers NavText area and station. In this volume, we can identify a news coverage area such as a X4, X5, and X6. Each coverage area contains station. The first area in X4 that we will use is the Bordi, El Kifan, the Kilibia, and the Kerkaira station. And the next one is the X5 area. In this area, we only need this one station, which is the Alexandria Strait station. The last coverage area is X6. We have here the Alcazar, Muscat, Kating Point, Penang, and our destination, Singapore, that helps our passage plan to avoid bad weather and delays in our destination. This is volume number 4. It covers weather meteorological observation and weather list. It helps the bridge duty officer to have an awareness in ocean or maritime weather. Next is volume number 5. It covers Inmarsat Sea in the ocean region from Gibraltar to Singapore. By using ADRS Volume 5, required to use Inmarsat 4-F4 and Inmarsat 4-F1 under the Indian Ocean Region or IOR and Pacific Ocean Region or POR. We can also identify the nav area, which are the Spain Nav Area 3, Pakistan Nav Area 9, and India Nav Area 8, and Japan Nav Area 11 that can be found on Admiralty Digital Radio Signal in Volume 5. Also covers the Volume 5, the Global Maritime Distress and Safety System, the GMDSS. It helps our passage plan to recognize distress and radio communication safety system. Lastly is the Volume 6. It covers the pilot boarding position of departure and arrival port. It is the parts that we need, the Part 1, Part 3, Part 8, and the Part 4 of ADRS Volume 6 that we will use because it is the way to get the information on where to board the ship for departure and arrival in Gibraltar and Singapore. Our Algeciras Gibraltar pilot boarding position is 36 degree 07 minutes and 48 seconds north and 005 degree and 26 minutes and 21 seconds west with the use of VHF channel communication to channel 13 and channel 16 that all ships sailing inside the Algeciras Bay must keep watch in VHF channel 16 and 13. And for the pilot boarding grounds in the port of Singapore, we have the Eastern Boarding Ground A, the PEBGA, and its position is 01 degree 13 minutes and 51 seconds north and 100 degree and 53 minutes and 44 seconds east. Must keep watch on VHF frequency channel 14. And also it covers the volume 6, the reporting areas. Reporting of VHF radio contact with BTS and the pilots, we will use the nautical publication 286 Admiralty List of Radio Signal Volume 6 Part 2 and Pilot Service, Vessel Traffic Service, and Operation to the port that simply focus on the communication of ships to VTS and pilot or port operation for assistance. So in Gibraltar reporting areas is 36 degree 05 minute and 13 minutes north and 005 degree and 20 minutes and 21 seconds west ahead on Singapore, which is 01 degree 15.408 minutes north and 103 degree and 56.956 minutes east onwards. Also, let's keep notes that all vessels shall report to Algeciras pilots or BTS or Singapore BTS on perspective VHF channel. So let us move to the other information needed, which is the Admiralty Digital List of Lights or ADLL. This publication will include the different lights, fog signals, light buoys, lighthouses, and floating marks. The purpose of this is to determine if your waypoint is correct. For example, our passage plan has a route in the North Cardinal Buoy, but you can see on the chart is west and there's no correction in the notice to mariners, means our passage plan route is wrong. So this publication needs to always be updated to avoid accident. Also, I provide the chart that covers our passage planning. The area we will use is the area 4, 5, and 6. The next publication is the Admiralty Timetables. The Admiralty Timetables contain easy to use with height, timing, and tidal stream information to support the planning of departure and arrival times. Admiralty Timetable, which is the area 1 to 4, which is include the Europe, Northern Waters, and Mediterranean, and in area 5, which include the Indian Ocean, northern part, and the Red Sea, and in the area 6, which is include the Singapore to Japan. And also we have a publication, the nautical publication 204 Admiralty Timetables Volume 4, South Pacific Ocean, including the tidal stream tables, the 2023 edition, and also South China Sea and Indonesia, including the tidal stream tables with nautical publication 205. And also we have a nautical publication 206 Admiralty Tide Table, Volume 6, with North Pacific Ocean, including tidal stream table 2023 edition. Also, we need to include other publication to ensure the safe of our navigation. So first is the Ocean Passage of the World. The Ocean Passage of the World has two volumes. The volume 1 covers Atlantic Ocean and the volume 2 covers Indian and Pacific Ocean. It is useful since it provides detailed information about the weather, climate, wind, currents, swell, and seasonal factors, and ice hazard covering each of the world's ocean. Having this information will enable us to do things we should expect in sailing different oceans. Next is the ship routing. In this publication, where you find the traffic separation scheme or the TSS, where you find the description of reporting, depth of water, vessel, and landmarks. The purpose of this is to improve the safety of navigation in covering areas where the density of traffic is great. Also, to determine the safest and most efficient route. Next is the Mariner's Handbook. These important resources provide a wealth of knowledge covering a diverse range of topics, including the effective use of nautical chart, communication of essential navigation information, and an understanding of the maritime environment, and also the navigational restriction and the crucial aspect of maritime pollution, prevention, and conservation. The purpose of Mariner's Handbook Nautical Publication 100 contains a clear guidance to help mariners improve their understanding of maritime navigation. Lastly is the Notice to Mariners. This is important publication act as a channel for the distribution of updates, revision, and fix relating to nautical chart and other pertinent publication. The dependability and security of our chart and related material must be always maintained. Those regular updates are important. We ensure our capacity and precise and secure the navigation by immediately establishing this improvement. That's all the information needs to gather in passage planning. Once I finish the passage planning, my captain will approve the passage plan that I do. Our vessel will go to Singapore for loading operation, safe and sound. Once again, I'm Second with Villedo. I hope you learned something. Thank you for watching.